Hey, what's going on, everyone? I hope you guys are doing amazing. This is your boy Case coming at you guys again with another Tower of Fantasy video. So today is the final day of global closed beta. Yes, guys, we have finally reached the last day. And man, so here's what I actually want to mention to you guys. Just because it's the last day of global closed beta does not mean that I am going to stop pushing out Tower of Fantasy videos. I do have a CN account. I held off from really playing on that account until the English closed beta end, just because it's more convenient. It's already in English text, and it would just be a lot easier to, in terms of content creation, make videos utilizing this account. Now, so I'm not going anywhere, guys. I will still be around, but I wanted to focus on three things today. I wanted to focus on three things that I believe Tower of Fantasy could actually utilize to continue to just improve this game. So the first thing that I actually want to talk about is that they could actually do to improve this game is I think they could actually use another graphics update. Now, here's what I'm not saying, because I don't want some of you guys are going to hear that and be like, what are you talking about? You're so wrong. Listen, the graphics in this game are tremendously good. They're not bad at all. They're great. But I do think that the game needs a little bit more detail, specifically in the environment area. Now, these environments, they're not bad at all, but I just think that they need to be fleshed out in detail a little bit more, and I'm using max settings. So I just think that they could just do a little bit more. I think that right now it seems a little bit kind of plain, and if your competitor is going to be Genshin Impact, if that's going to be the main game that people are going to compare your game to, I think the first impression is going to need to really hit the mark to really win people over, because that community is already very sensitive when games come around that is, trying to compete with Genshin Impact. You really need to blow them out of the water to gain their support. So that is the first thing that I think they could utilize, and they've already done a tremendous job with the first graphics update that they've done. So I think that's what they could utilize first and foremost. The second thing that I think they could do is I think they could really use a little bit more marketing and advertising. Now, here's why I say that. When I went into the Discord for Tower of Fantasy, I noticed, and this was I think it was like a week ago, I noticed that there was like 40,000 total, 40 or 45,000 total people in that Discord. And to me, I was like, hey, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of freaking people that know about Tower of Fantasy. But then here's what ended up happening. And I'm going to keep saying this. If your competitor, the game that people are going to compare your game to, is going to be Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is the standard right now for what a mobile gacha game needs to be. Now, if that's going to be what you're going to be compared to, then you're going to need to, once again, like I said, the first impression is the most important impression. You're going to need to market this game to more people. You're going to need to show more people this game, because like I said, back to what I was saying in the last comment, is that people with this game, they have a really short fuse. They're like, if you're going to be if this is going to be labeled the Genshin killer, it better blow us out the water. And the impression that people kind of have coming into this game and looking at it is a negative one. They're like, if this doesn't blow me away, it does not gain my support. And that's just how it is. I even saw Tectone today. He even said Tower Fantasy is going to suck. The bad thing about that is just that Tectone has a lot of influence when it comes to the gacha genre, and you just lost a big chunk of his community coming to this game potentially. So you don't want to lose people. You don't want to lose potential players when these top influencers are really influencing their communities to not believe in your game. So that's the first thing that I think they need to do. They need to market this game to more people, get it into the faces of more people, so that they can actually know that this game exists. Because there's not a lot of people who really truly do know that this game exists, and the proof of that is, if anybody who watched Twitch, Tower of Fantasy's Twitch viewership was god awful. It was mind blowing to me. I was like, wow, this viewership is not great at all. And now you can argue that this is closed beta and stuff like that. And I feel the exact same way. I was like, we can't really judge how this game will be in terms of viewership until it actually releases. But I was like, man, like that viewership still is not good at all. Like it was like at most one day, like 300 people watching from what I saw. You could have seen something different, but I seen 300 at most. And I think that was a good day. Like the normal days was like 100 or below. So that is the first thing, or second thing I think they need to do. The third thing that I really do think that this game needs to do is just like they just need to continue to just push more and more characters. They need to push more. I really want to put a strong emphasis on co-op content. Now, my best experience about this game came from the co-op content. But the thing that really bothered me when it came to cooperation is that this is an MMO. Now, we can once again say the argument, this is global closed beta case. What you're arguing right now is not applicable because not a lot of people got into the closed beta. Here's what I'm saying. Even on CN, from the players that I know who play on CN, I watch their streams all the time. From my account on CN, from my experience in global closed beta, the one thing that bothers me the most is that I don't rarely ever encounter any players in the open world. It's like on a good day, I'll encounter like 5 players. On like normal days, it'll be like 1 or 2. And I'm just like, where's everybody at? Like where's all the players at? Like the way that I was able to encounter players, like look at this. That's one person right there. Let's see if I can find another one. But the way that I typically would have to find players is I would have to do this. I would have to open up the chat and talk to people and find them through this. Or I would have to open up joint operation and, try to party up with somebody. I will not randomly run into players in open world. And I just kind of was like, man, for this to be labeled a massive multiplayer online game, don't you think that I don't even know the word. Don't you think that it should be like a normal thing to encounter players randomly, especially when it comes to like the hub world, which is like the home world where players, tend to just respawn when they log in typically, or new players tend to respawn when they start the game. I wasn't even encountering players there. So I was just like, this is kind of like, where's everybody at? Why does it feel like I'm the only one in this world? I would really like to start seeing more people in the channels. Now I don't know how many channels there are. I'm thinking maybe it's like 20 or 30, but I would really love to start seeing more cooperation focused in terms of just like the quality of life stuff. Like that little stuff makes and breaks a game. Nobody likes playing a game alone. I'm like, if this is going to be an open world cooperative style game, I'm pretty sure people want to team up and farm stuff together. Nobody wants to just farm by themselves forever. So those are just my 3 asks. I think those 3 things would really strengthen the game. I would love to kind of get you guys' thoughts, you guys' opinions on what do you guys think needs to be added to this game. I don't, my ideas could be completely dumb. I don't know. These are just what I think, but maybe you guys have better ideas. Make sure you put it down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys are hitting that rate, like, and subscribe button if you guys like this content. I'm going to continue to push out Tower of Fantasy content, and I'm looking forward to progressing into the story on the CN version. But as always, guys, this is your boy Kaze. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.